Are you ready for a seismic shift, Canucks Nation? Are you absolutely fed up with the endless, agonizing search for that elusive second-line center, the missing piece that always seems to stand between our beloved Canucks and true Stanley Cup contention? For seasons, we've watched General Manager Patrick Allvin and President of Hockey Operations Jim Rutherford tirelessly scour the league, sifting through prospects and trade rumors, all in pursuit of a reliable pivot to complement Elias Pettersson. We've heard the whispers of Marco Rossi, the hopes for Mason McTavish, but what if the answer to our prayers isn't just out there, but is currently skating for one of the most storied franchises in the Eastern Conference, a team that now surprisingly seems poised to become a seller? What if the Vancouver Canucks are on the verge of a blockbuster move that could fundamentally alter their trajectory, a deal that could bring a much-needed jolt of top-six talent to the West Coast and finally solidify their championship aspirations? The Vancouver Canucks are not just building, they are contending. With a core of elite talent and a renewed sense of purpose, the team has firmly established itself as a force in the Western Conference. Yet, for all their progress, one glaring, persistent need has continued to haunt the franchise: the desperate search for a bona fide second-line center. This isn't merely about adding depth. It's about finding a player who can seamlessly slot behind Elias Pettersson, providing secondary scoring, driving play, and offering crucial support in all three zones. The urgency for this acquisition has only intensified as the Canucks look to capitalize on their current window of contention. Patrick Allvin and Jim Rutherford have been relentless in their pursuit, understanding that this piece is not just a luxury, but a necessity for a team with legitimate championship aspirations. And now, as the NHL landscape begins to shift, two intriguing names have emerged from an unexpected source: the Boston Bruins. Could the solution to Vancouver's long-standing dilemma truly lie within the roster of an Eastern Conference powerhouse that suddenly finds itself at a crossroads? Let's dive into the first intriguing possibility, a name that has been circulating in the rumor mill with increasing frequency: Casey Mittelstadt. According to veteran Boston Bruins reporter R.G. James Murphy, Middlestat could once again be on the move. It's a fascinating twist, considering he was acquired by Boston not long ago. Murphy's reporting indicates that even before the Bruins season concluded, there was a feeling that Middlestat wasn't their primary target in the Charlie Coyle trade. Rather, it was Zellers and a second-round draft pick that truly captivated their interest. This suggests a potential opportunity for the Canucks, as a player not fully valued by his current team often comes at a more palatable price. Middlestat, at 26 years old, is still relatively young, a 6-foot, nearly 200-pound center who brings a blend of size and skill. He has 2 years remaining on his contract, carrying a manageable cap hit of $5.75 million, which, while not insignificant, offers cost certainty for a team looking to build for the present and future. Middlestat's journey in the NHL has been a winding one. Drafted 8th overall by the Buffalo Sabres, he hasn't quite lived up to the lofty expectations of his draft position, though the Sabres' drafting history in general has been a mixed bag outside of a few key hits like Rasmus Dahlin. He was part of the trade that sent Bowen Byram to the Colorado Avalanche, and then, in a subsequent move, found himself in Boston. His tenure with the Bruins began with a bit of a rough patch after the Coyle trade, but the underlying potential remains undeniable. While not the most prolific goal scorer, with 15 goals being his career high, Middlestat excels as a playmaker. He set a career high with 44 assists and 59 points in the 2022-23 season with the Buffalo Sabres, showcasing his ability to distribute the puck and generate offense. For the Canucks, acquiring Middlestat would not only inject youth into their lineup, but also provide a reliable center who can grow with the team's promising young core and established veterans. He could certainly alleviate some of the offensive burden on Elias Pettersson and provide stability down the middle. However, Middlestat isn't without his caveats. While he's strong offensively, his face-off numbers are respectable, but not elite, hovering around 51.9% with the Bruins. He's also not known for his physicality, with only 6 hits in 18 games for Boston and 24 in 63 with Colorado. The biggest hurdle for the Canucks in acquiring Middlestat, however, lies in the salary cap. With approximately $3.2 million in cap space after the Dakota Joshua move, Middlestat's $5.75 million cap hit simply doesn't fit without additional maneuvering. This immediately begs the question, who would the Canucks be willing to move to accommodate his salary? Philip Broberg, a productive player when healthy but with injury concerns, is one option. Teddy Blueger, a valuable bottom-six forward, is another. And then there's Arttu Ilomäki, a promising young center who's poised for a breakout and has shown flashes of brilliance in his NHL stints. While moving Ilomäki would be tough, given his potential and face-off prowess, it highlights the difficult decisions Alvin might face. The intriguing aspect here is Middlestat's current value. If it truly is at an all-time low, as James Murphy suggests, the Canucks might be able to acquire him at a significantly cheaper price than expected, making the cap gymnastics more worthwhile. But what if there's an even better fit? What if the Bruins are willing to part with a player who not only fills the second-line center void, but also brings a more established two-way game and a physical presence that the Canucks crave? Enter Pavel Zacha. Trade rumors continue to swirl around the Bruins, with Zacha's name consistently appearing alongside others like Jonas Korpisalo. While the Canucks are well-stocked in goal with Thatcher Demko and Kevin Lankinen, the fact that Zacha's name is in the mix is incredibly significant. It suggests that Boston is indeed one of the few teams in the league genuinely looking to sell centers, a rare commodity in a market where almost every team is looking to buy. This creates a prime opportunity for the Canucks to pick up the phone and engage with Don Sweeney, even if it means dealing with a familiar rival who now houses former Canucks like Elias Lindholm and Nikita Zadorov. Pavel Zacha, at 28 years old, offers a compelling package. While his 47 points last season might be considered a down year for the Bruins, it still represents solid offensive production. What truly sets Zacha apart and why he might be a superior fit for the Canucks is his well-rounded game. He's a formidable two-way player, capable of contributing offensively while also being responsible in his own end. His physicality is an added bonus, evidenced by his 63 hits last season. Crucially, Zacha is exceptional in the faceoff circle, boasting a 53.2% success rate on nearly 800 draws last season. This is a vital skill for a second-line center, providing crucial possession starts and defensive zone stability. Furthermore, Zacha brings a significant physical presence, standing at 6 feet 4 inches and 207 pounds. He's a big body who can win puck battles and create space, a quality that the Canucks' top six could certainly benefit from. Perhaps the most appealing aspect of acquiring Pavel Zacha is his contract status. He is locked up for 2 more years, providing the multi-year commitment that Patrik Allvin has seemingly been seeking. This addresses a significant criticism often leveled against the Canucks' recent trade strategy, the tendency to acquire one-year rentals who ultimately depart for nothing. We saw it with Elias Lindholm, and we saw it with Nikita Zadorov, both of whom ironically ended up with the Boston Bruins. If the Canucks are serious about competing for the Stanley Cup, they need to invest in proven players on multi-year deals, players like Zacha who can become integral parts of the team's long-term success. While a bidding war for Zacha's services is almost certainly going to erupt, the potential reward for the Canucks far outweighs the risk. The opportunity to acquire a player of Zacha's caliber, with his two-way acumen, face-off prowess, and physical attributes from a rival team, is a tantalizing prospect that could finally put an end to the Canucks' protracted search for their second-line center. The NHL trade market is notoriously tight, with general managers across the league lamenting the scarcity of sellers. Most teams are in buy mode, making the Bruins' apparent willingness to move key players like Middlestat or Zacha a rare and valuable opportunity. For Patrik Allvin, this presents a unique chance to pick up the phone and engage with Don Sweeney, perhaps even offering a playful jab about Sweeney's job security, knowing that Boston's struggles could be Vancouver's gain. The conversation would undoubtedly revolve around what assets the Canucks are willing to part with, draft picks, promising young players, to secure the missing piece for their lineup. The clock is ticking, with training camps rapidly approaching, and the urgency to integrate a new top six forward before the season begins is palpable. While waiting until the trade deadline is always an option, the benefits of having a player like Zacha or Middlestat from day one, allowing them to build chemistry with their new teammates, are undeniable. So, Canucks Nation, the stage is set. The desperate search for that elusive second-line center might finally be nearing its end, with two compelling options emerging from the most unexpected of places. Is Casey Mittelstadt's playmaking and potential upside, coupled with a potentially lower acquisition cost, the right move for the Canucks? Or does Pavel Zacha's established two-way game, physical presence, and multi-year contract make him the ideal game-changing addition? The decision facing Patrick Allvin and Jim Rutherford is monumental, one that could define the Canucks season and potentially their journey to the Stanley Cup. This isn't just about filling a roster spot. It's about seizing an opportunity to elevate the entire team, to send a clear message that the Canucks are not just contenders, but serious threats. What do you think, Canucks fans? Would you rather see Casey Mittelstadt in blue and green, bringing his playmaking finesse? Or does Pavel Zacha's robust two-way game and physical presence excite you more? Or perhaps, do you believe the Canucks should hold steady with their current lineup, trusting in the players they already have to step up? Let us know your thoughts, your bold predictions, and your ultimate choice in the comment section below. And if you're as passionate about the Vancouver Canucks as we are, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for all the latest insights, and share this video with every single Canucks fan you know. Your engagement fuels our coverage, and we can't wait to hear your take on this pivotal moment for our team.